Flexibility is an often overlooked component of fitness, in both physical education and in physical activity participation outside of school. Many teachers may restrict themselves to stack stretching at the start or end of class, or they may not provide enough time to gain the benefits of improved flexibility. Additionally, flexibility is increasingly important in today's environment because many adults live very sedentary lives with long periods of sitting, meaning many of their major muscles are being tightened and shortened, limiting their flexibility and their quality of life. Flexibility is defined as the range of motion of a single joint or a series of joints. Some movements may involve one joint, such as knee extension, while other more complicated movements, especially sport skills, may involve coordination of several joints, such as the tennis forehand strike, which involves shoulder, elbow, and wrist motion in a smooth, fluid movement. Some individuals may experience abnormal flexibility or movement in their joints. One example is laxity, which is abnormal motion in a given joint, which means that the ligaments connecting bone to bone do not provide the joint with sufficient stability. Another type of abnormal range of motion is hypermobility, which is excess range of motion in a joint. Both of these conditions may increase the risk of injury, and individuals with hypermobility should not be allowed to stretch into extreme ranges of motion. So some types of stretching are listed on this slide. The first is active stretching, which is a type of unassisted stretching where the person stretching provides the force of the stretch, with the only assistance coming from the opposing antagonist muscle. Active stretching is active because the opposite muscle is being activated while the focus muscle is being stretched. Another type of stretching is passive stretching, in which the force of the stretch is provided either by the person stretching or by gravity, a partner, or an implement. Most static stretches commonly used in physical education are passive stretches. Furthermore, dynamic stretching involves moving parts of the body and gradually increasing range of motion, speed of movement, or both. Dynamic stretching can be very effective because it can be used as an active warm-up, which increases body temperature and prepares large muscle groups for physical activity. Additionally, dynamic stretching exercises can be chosen which mimic the movements in the specific sport or activity, readying the body to perform effectively and reducing the risk of injury. Among many more types of stretching, ballistic stretching involves moving quickly, bouncing, or using momentum to reduce the stretch. Although ballistic stretching can be effective for trained athletes, it should not be used in general physical education classes due to the injury risks inherent in forcing your body's joints beyond their usual range of motion using explosive movements. Next, proprioceptive neuromuscular facilitation, or PNF, is a type of static stretch which uses a combination of active and passive stretching by using contraction-relaxation combinations of movements to relax the muscles. An example is stretching the muscles on the front of your lower leg by sitting on the floor and straightening the leg in front of your body, then wrapping a towel around the bottom of your heel so that you can apply a force which resists a contraction of the calf muscles. The stretching person would pull the towel against themselves until mild tension is felt, then point the toes against the towel while holding the towel in position, relax, and then pull the towel toward themselves again and repeat the process. Despite the potential to produce larger flexibility gains, this method is less practical because it often involves a partner. Finally, yogic stretching involves unique stretching maneuvers that are mainly static and focus primarily on the trunk musculature. Along with improving flexibility, yogic stretching can also increase muscular strength and endurance. There are many benefits of flexibility, and some of these improvements provide a variety of desirable health-related benefits. Stretching and improved flexibility reduces stretch in the exercising muscles and releases tension developed during a workout, which is especially important for athletes or anyone who is participating in a large volume of high-intensity exercise. Additionally, improved flexibility increases performance in everyday activities, exercise, and sport, and improves overall quality of life. Finally, improved range of motion and coordination gained from increased flexibility can benefit athletic performance by enhancing range of motion and muscular strength at extreme ranges of motion. Exercise prescriptions should be tailored to the individual's current level of fitness and physical activity goals. General guidelines for flexibility training are listed on this slide, which include a frequency of at least 2 days per week, and preferably daily, after a warm-up to raise muscle temperature. The intensity of flexibility training should be a slow elongation of the muscle to mild discomfort, then slightly backing off to prevent injury or pain. Furthermore, the time that each stretch is held should be 10 to 30 seconds, with beginners starting at the lower end of this range and conditioned athletes spending a greater amount of time per stretch. Finally, in physical education, the type of stretch should be any controlled stretching, such as static, partner, or dynamic stretching. That is all for this video, and thank you for watching.